How much sleep do you need? Is it 10 hours? Is it 8 hours? Is it 5 hours? Is it possible that it's different for everybody because we all have different lifestyles? We have different stress levels, we have different activity levels, we exercise more or less. Our body needs to rest and recover more than others. So why do we listen to an expert tell us how much sleep that we need to have? And is it possible that if an expert tells you they have to have 8 hours and you don't get 8 hours, that could be stressful, which means the next time you go to try and go to sleep, you don't even sleep well because you think I'm supposed to have 8 hours and I've only had 6. And how about this? How about go to bed when you're tired and wake up when you are refreshed? And is it possible that that's all to do with your endocrine system rather than, or your hormones, rather than some expert telling you how much sleep you need to get? Do you know people that get 3 or 4 hours and they wake up refreshed and excited to go again? And there's other people who spend 10 hours a night in bed and they're still stressed and tired. I don't think either of those don't work for me because I need to get the amount of sleep that's best for me. How about you? So if you go to bed tired and you go to sleep and you go to sleep deeply and you wake up in 3 hours' time and you feel refreshed and excited about life, surely you've had enough sleep. If you go to bed and you don't go to sleep and you toss and turn and you're in bed for 10 hours but you didn't get any real sleep, is it possible that that 10 hours in bed is technically a waste of time? Here's another great question. Have you ever been to bed knowing that you've got stuff to do? So you didn't get that done, that to-do list wasn't completed, you promised yourself you'd do a whole heap of stuff that day and you didn't do it, you didn't exercise that day, you ate crappy food, you go to bed and you can't sleep because you know that there's stuff you should have done that day that you didn't get done. One of the reasons I sleep so deeply is I never go to bed until I've done everything I need to do. So when I go to bed, I'm completely relaxed because my to-do list is done, my exercise is done, I've eaten healthy food, I've invested time with my family, and now it's sleep time. So I go to bed, go to sleep, sleep deep, and then wake up totally refreshed. The other interesting thing is you may have heard of circadian rhythms, which is the time of the day that our body's supposed to do certain things. So for example, I live in the South Island of New Zealand, it's the middle of winter, the sun goes down around 5 o'clock if not earlier, and it doesn't come up until 8 o'clock. It's still dark until 8 o'clock. So technically you should sleep longer in the winter because the sun isn't available for a lot of the time. But if you've got a lifestyle that says I've got to get up early or you've got to stay up late, well maybe that's not going to fit in well. If you try and go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the afternoon because that's when it gets dark and you try and stay asleep until 8 o'clock in the morning, that might not work so well for you. On the other hand, if you are the person that lives by the sun, then that's perfect. You go to bed early and you get up later in the morning. You might not have a lifestyle that suits that. So how do you make sure that you are constantly full of energy? And surely that's to do with being fit and strong. If you are really fit and really strong and really healthy and your hormonal system's working really well, your body will tell you to go to sleep. It's time for sleeping, we're tired. Now it's time to get up because we've got stuff to do. If you live by an alarm, for example, where you have to get up at a certain time, but it doesn't suit your lifestyle, is it possible that that can be stressful? So here's a great thing to consider. Why not create a life where you can live to your sleep patterns rather than you have to fit in with a lifestyle that doesn't suit your sleep patterns? So if you have your own business, for example, and you like to be up late at night and then sleep in, then you can live your life like that. But if you work for somebody else and you've got to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning, then that's not going to suit you. So rather than do what other people tell you to do when it comes to your sleep or your eating or your exercise or how you live your life, why not create a life that you're really excited about? This is how I want to live my life. And I use that example because some people are just morning people. I've got some people in my life who get up at 4 o'clock every morning and that's the way they love to live their life, and they're in bed by 9 o'clock at night, regardless of what's happening with the sun. I have other people in my life who like to go to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning and wake up at 8 or 9 in the morning, and that's how they like to live their life. Isn't that a personal choice? So rather than have somebody tell you, eat this way, exercise this way, sleep this way, this is what you have to do, this is what you should and shouldn't do, how about how do you want to live your life? Plan your life, set goals for your life, live your life to a standard that suits you. And why would you ever compromise that standard? So if you have your own business, choose your own hours, be your own boss. And I use that as an interesting example because a lot of people share with me, well, I don't want to have my own business. But if you're really good at what you do and you work for somebody else and you add value to the business and you're making that money business, adding to their profit and loss, adding to their profit, not their loss, and you are increasing the profit of the company, making it more successful, is it possible that the person who owns the business will allow you to choose your own hours and be your own boss, holiday when it suits you, come to work when it suits you, because you're adding value to the business? So rather than have somebody tell you, you can't, it won't work, you have to live your life a certain way, set your life to a goal that suits you. How do you want to live? And then live your life your way and live it to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max. Check out the beautiful snow on the mountains in the middle of winter. Beautiful. Woohoo! So beautiful.